Hello friends, in last lecture we started new chapter that is surface area and volumes. Over there we saw curved surface area, total surface area and volume of some of solid shapes like cube, cuboid, cylinder, cone and sphere and hemisphere. Now, in this lecture, definitely we start problems based on this, but before we move to the problems, we'll see one more solid shape and its curved surface area, total surface area and volume. The solid is known as frustum of cone. Frustum of cone. Now, first of all, we'll see what is the frustum of cone, what is the meaning of frustum of cone. Cone, you already know about this. This is a cone. Now, if this cone, if we cut this cone by a plane which is parallel to the base, okay, we are cutting this cone by a plane which is parallel to the base. Suppose from this we are cutting, then the portion of this cone between the base and the plane is called the frustum. This is called the frustum of the cone. Frustum, literal meaning of frustum is piece. So piece of cone. So this is called the frustum of cone. Now this frustum of cone you can see has two flat surfaces, circular surfaces and one curved surface. Now if I say radii of this lower end or lower circular is R1 and radii of this is R2. That means I'm considering that greater radius or the longer one is the R1 and the smaller one is R2. Then we can find its curved surface area, its total surface area and its volume. Okay, so now here again this will consider as the height of the frustum. L, this is the slant height of the frustum. Then CSA, or before I move to the CSA, I will like to describe the slant height. Slant height is given by R1 minus R2 whole square plus H square. This is the slant height, R1 minus R2 whole square plus H square. Now, its curved surface area, see if you know the formula of the CSA, TSA and volume as well as slant height of a cone, then you can correlate. See, in cone, slant height was R square plus H square, root over R square plus H square. Here instead of R, we wrote R1 minus R2 whole square. Now similarly, the CSA of a cone is pi RL. So over here I do write pi and instead of R I do write R1 plus R2 and L remains as it is. Okay. Now TSA, as you know, we always find CSA plus base area as the TSA. Okay, so total surface area, that means definitely curved surface area plus if there are any other surfaces, other flat surfaces. So here there are two flat surfaces at the upper end and one at the lower end. So if I add these two, I will get the total surface area of the frustum. So this is circular, this is also circular. So area of these are pi r1 square plus pi r2 square. So at the max what we can do, we can take pi common. So here I will get r1 plus r2 into L plus r1 square plus r2 square. This is the total surface area. Okay, now third one is the volume. Volume of frustum. Again, if you know the volume of cone, that is 1 by 3 pi r square h. So here again it will become 1 by 3 pi. Now instead of r square, here it will be r1 r2. Okay, sorry. Here it will be r1 square plus r2 square plus r1 r2 into h. So 1 by 3 pi r square h. So this is the volume of the frustum of cone, TSA of frustum of cone, CSA of frustum cone, L. Slant height, this is slant height. R1, as I told you, in general I do consider R1 as the greater radius among the two given radii. So please note it down this frustum of cone, and then we'll start questions based on this chapter. Okay, now we'll start questions exercise. So okay, let us start questions. So very first question, question number 1 from your material: two cubes each of volume 64 centimeter cube, two cubes each of volume each of volume 64 centimeter cube are joined end to end. Find the surface area. Find the surface area of the resulting cuboid. Of the resulting cuboid. Okay, so let us find its first we'll draw its diagram. However, it is given the resulting solid will be cuboid, but instead of giving resulting cuboid, it may be framed like this. The question may be framed like this: that find the surface area of the resulting solid. They won't inform you, or they won't give you this information that resulting solid is a cuboid. So first of all, we have to draw the diagram. That means two cubes. We have to see whether which type of solid we'll get if we join two cubes end to end in this way. So this is the first cube I'm taking, and now I have to join one more cube. So this is the second cube which has been joined in this way. Okay, so when we join two cube end to end, we can see that it will be a cuboid. Now what we have to find, we have to find its surface area. Now here one thing you have to note: surface area. Here it is not written whether it's the total surface area or the curved surface area. So whenever they do ask surface area, by default you have to consider it as total surface area. If they want to ask you curved surface area, definitely they will use that word, curved surface area. Only surface area means total surface area. Okay. Now, to get the total surface area of cuboid, what we need? Its length, its breadth, and its height. Okay. Now, here it is given two cubes. There are two cubes. Volume of each cube is 64. And we also know volume of cube is a cube. So, here we will start. Uh, suppose, suppose edge of each cube is a centimeter. Therefore, a cube is equal to 64. Therefore, a is equal to 4 centimeter. So here we got the edge of cube. That means this is 4. This much is 4. Okay, as well as this is 4, as well as this is 4. That means length, breadth, and height of this cube is 4. Now, when we form a cuboid, then the length of cuboid will be this A plus this A. So now for resulting cuboid, now for resulting cuboid, L is 4 plus 4, that is 8 centimeter, B is 4 centimeter, H is 4 centimeter. So here we got the length, breadth and height for the resulting cuboid. Now what we have to find? Its surface area. So now surface area of cuboid. So we'll write TSA is equal to twice of LB plus BH plus HL. Therefore, TSA is equal to 2. Now just we have to put the values LBH. L is 8, B is 4. Okay, therefore TSA is equal to twice of, here it will be 32, here it will be 16, here it will be 32. So TSA is equal to 2. 80. Okay, 80. So I can say TSA is equal to 160 centimeter square. Okay, LB plus BH plus HL. So this is my final answer. Surface area of the resulting cuboid is 160 centimeter square. So please note it down. Then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, next question is, I'm taking question number 2. Question number 2. A vessel is a vessel is in the form of a hollow hemisphere. A hollow hemisphere. Hollow hemisphere mounted by a hollow cylinder. Mounted by a hollow cylinder. Mounted by a hollow cylinder. The diameter of diameter of hemisphere is 14 centimeter, and the total height of the vessel and the total height of the vessel is 13 centimeter. Find the inner surface area of the vessel. Find the inner surface area of the vessel. Okay, so Let us see. Uh, See, this is the first question. We can say it's a combination of solid. Two solids are given which are combined. So, which solids are there? First is a hollow hemisphere. This is mounted by a hollow cylinder. That means it is something like this. There is a uh, cylinder. Okay, this is a cylinder. Okay, and there is a okay, there is something like this. A hemisphere is there. Okay, a hemisphere and a cylinder. Combination of a hemisphere and a cylinder. Hollow hemisphere mounted by a hollow cylinder. The diameter of the hemisphere is 14. That means, see, it is exactly on this. That means whatever is the diameter of the hemisphere will be the diameter of the cylinder. Okay. Total height of the vessel is given. So here I can say uh, radius of the hemisphere is 7. Okay, and this total height is given. No, this total height is given. How much it is given? It is given 13 centimeter. So this much is 13 centimeter. This complete length is 13 centimeter. Okay, and the diameter of the hemisphere is 14. Diameter, that means this much is 14. So radius is 7. So this much is also 7. Radius is 7. So this length is, we can say, is 7 centimeters. Okay. So by using these to see, it is given the diameter of the hemisphere is 14. That means radius of hemisphere is 7. So this height is 7 and the complete height is 13. It means we'll get the height of the cylinder by subtracting this. That will be 6 centimeter. Okay, so now what we have to find the total surface area or the inner surface area of the vessel. Inner surface area of the vessel. Now see here, when it is asked to find the inner surface area, then you have to think about on what portion of the solid it is possible to paint or color. So definitely we can paint inside of this cylindrical portion, that is inner CSA. Okay, and over here radius is inner radius is already given, as well as CSA of this cylinder hemisphere. Okay, by adding these two, we'll get our answer. So let us start. So first we'll describe what dimension are required for the cylinder and the hemisphere. So for cylinder, for cylinder, actually radius is same for cylinder as well as for hemisphere, and for cylinder the height is 6. So first I will describe the dimension for the hemisphere. For hemisphere, r is equal to 14 by 2, that is 7 centimeter. Okay, now for cylinder, for cylinder r is again 14 by 2, that is 7 centimeter, and h is equal to 13 minus 7, that is 6 centimeter. Okay, so we got the radius for the hemisphere, and cylinder, for cylinder we got radius and height. Now what we need to find, uh, inner surface area of the vessel. Now there are two ways to find this. First, that we'll find the inner CSA of hemisphere, then we find the inner CSA of cylinder, and then we add them. But this will take your time. This will consume your time. So better to start in this way. Simply you can start. Okay. Now inner surface area, inner surface area of vessel is equal to CSA of cylinder plus CSA of hemisphere, isn't it? When we add these two, we'll get the required result. CSA of cylinder plus CSA of hemisphere. Now, CSA of cylinder is 2 pi RH, 2 pi RH, and this is 2 pi, or CSA of hemisphere is 2 pi R square. Now, see, first whatever is required, I wrote in the word, that is CSA of cylinder. If we add the CSA of cylinder and CSA of hemisphere, then we'll get the inner CSA of the vessel. Now, CSA of cylinder, I wrote the formula, that is 2 pi RH, and CSA of hemisphere is 2 pi R square. Now, still I won't keep the value. Here it is possible to take common. What I can take common? 2 pi R. So here H will be there and R will remain over here. Now definitely I will put the values. So 2 into 22 by 7 into R. R is 7, H plus R. H is 6, R is again 7. This 7 will cancel out. 44 multiplied by 13. So my final answer will be 572 centimeter square. So CSA of, or the inner CSA of the vessel is 572 centimeter square. So please note it down. Then we'll see the next question. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Okay, so this is the next question. Question number 3, its second part. Rashid got a playing top, generally known as Lattu, as his birthday present, which surprisingly had no color on it. Okay, he wanted to color it with his crayons. The top is shaped like a cone. Now, in this particular question, diagram is given with the question, but even if the diagram is not given, the information is sufficient so that you can draw the diagram by your own. It is given the top is shaped like a cone surmounted by a hemisphere. That means this looks like something like this. There is a cone and this cone is surmounted by a hemisphere. So this becomes a lattu. Okay, lattu is in this shape. The entire height, now in the next section of the question, it is given about the dimension. It is given the entire height of the top. If I talk the total height of the top, that is given how much? 5 centimeter. Now this is made up of two solid shapes. We can say cone and a hemisphere. So we need to find radius and height of both, whatever we have to find, whether we have to find CSA, TSA or volume. So I'm not reading the question further. First I'm trying to get the radius. For this hemisphere we just need one dimension, radius, and for this cone we need radius and height, or might be slant height. So let us see what further it is given. Entire top is 5 centimeter in height and the diameter of the top is 3.5. Okay, the diameter of the top is 3.5 centimeter. That means this complete is 3.5. As diameter is 3.5, but obvious radius will be 3.5 by 2. So this half is or this portion is 3.5 by 2. So if I subtract this 3.5 by 2 from this entire height 5, I'll get the height of the cone. Okay, so this is okay, it is 5 centimeter. Further here I am writing, okay, up to this it is 3.5 by 2, and so this will be the height of the cone. So let us find it. So first hemisphere for hemisphere for hemisphere we have r is equal to 3.5 by 2 centimeter, and for uh, cone, now let us see what we have to find. We have to find the area he has to color. That means he can color on the curved surface of this cone as well as curved surface of this hemisphere. Now you can see this particular area, which here it seems to that it is visible, but actually the two surfaces will be like this, so this base area is not actually visible, so it is not possible to color on that. Okay, so for cone, because the radius of diameter of the 2 is 3.5, that means radius of the cone will be again same, that is 3.5 by 2. Now if we talk about what we have to find, area has to color. That means we need to find CSA of hemisphere plus CSA of cone. Now CSA of cone, that is pi r l. So over here we need its slant height, which is definitely not given. So we have to find that slant height using the radius and the height. Now height is given, it is not directly given, but we can say 5 minus this will be the height of the cone. So h is equal to 5 minus 3.5 by 2. So h is equal to 10 minus 3.5 by 2, that is 6.5 by 2. So that is the height of the cone. So now we got the height of cone, but we need slant height. So next we will find the slant height of the cone. So now L is equal to root of r square plus h square. Okay, this is the formula of slant height. Now we'll keep the values of r and h. R is 3.5 by 2 and h is 6.5 by 2, root over this. So therefore not r, actually it is L. So L is equal to, now square of 3.5 is 12.25 upon 4, and square of 6.5 by 2 is 42.25 upon 4. Definitely root sign is there. Now if I add these two by taking LCM, this will become 4.50 upon 4. Now I have to find square root of this. So this I can write as 5450 upon 400. I took this decimal out, so I got 400. So further I can write L is equal to 5450 upon I can write 20. I took the square root of this 400, this is 20. Now this is a matter of to find the square root of 5450. Now there are simple way that you have to find its square root by long division method, or I am giving you a shortcut method over here to find the square root. I have to find the square root of 5450. So first do write this in two terms such that one is the sum of two numbers such that the one is a complete square and nearest to it. So I think 4900 is a complete square which is nearest to it, and so remaining part will be 550, isn't it? Okay, now this you can find the square root of this, so do write 70. And now next what you have to do, 550 upon double of 70, that is 140. Okay, double of 70, that is 140. You can cancel this 0. Now here 54, 5 upon 14. So here I am writing 70 plus. Okay, I am repeating this method once again. First I did uh, split this in two terms, among which one is a complete square and the remaining part I wrote as it is. Square of this I wrote 70, and instead of this I wrote 550, double of this, whatever you will get, it's double, divide it. 0 and 0 you can cancel, 55 upon 14. So 14 fours are 56, so this is approximately 3.9. That means 73.9 is definitely the square root of 5450, 73.9. Okay, 73.9. So here I do write 73.9 divided by 20. So this gives me the slant height finally. So solve it further to get the final value of slant height, and then we'll find the uh, area that we have to color. Okay, so here if you divide it further, you will get 36.95, 3.695 actually. Okay, so here we got the slant height. Okay, so note it down up to this point, then we'll see its remaining solution. Okay, so now we'll come to the main thing that we have to find. So required area, we can write required area is, okay, now required area is equal to CSA of hemisphere plus CSA of cone, okay, plus CSA of cone. Now CSA of hemisphere is 2 pi r square, CSA of cone is pi r l. We can take pi r common, so here I will get 2r plus l. Okay, now we have the values of radius as well as slant height, so we'll put those values to get our final answer. Okay, so let me solve it further over here. So required area is equal to, okay, or better to solve over here. Okay, required area is equal to, pi is 22 by 7, r is over here 3.5 by 2, okay, pi r into 2r, that is 2 into 3.5 by 2 plus l, that is 3.6. Okay, I'm writing it only 3.6, okay, up to one decimal place. So this 0.52 11s are, so here you will get 55, that is 5.5. 2 and 2, here you can cancel, so here you left with 3.5 plus 3.6. Okay, so 5.5 multiplied by 7.1. So 5.5 multiplied by 7.1. So final answer, you can just multiply this and you will get your final answer. So please note it down as well as calculate this last step, that is 5.5 into 7.1. Okay, so this is actually 39.05 centimeter square. So this is the final answer. So please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, I hope you noted down this as well as this concept is clear to you. Okay, in your syllabus, you will get maximum questions of the combination of the two types of solids. Okay, and either they will ask you to find its curved surface area or total surface area or volume of the total solid, combined solid. Okay, so now we'll see the next question. Okay, so this is the next question, question number 4, its second part. Okay, a decorative block shown in the figure. Now again, in this question, it was not necessary that the diagram is given in the question. It is not compulsory that you will get the diagram in the question itself. The information is sufficient, but still I took the diagram from the question itself. Now it says that there is a decorative block shown in the figure made up of two solids. You can see in the diagram itself there are two solids. One is the cube, another one is hemisphere. Now the base of the block, okay, the base of the block is a cube, okay, whose edge is 5 centimeter. That means this is 5 centimeter, okay, this is again 5 centimeter and this is again 5 centimeter. Edge is 5 centimeter. Now what next is given, what else is given? And the hemisphere fixed on the top has diameter of 4.2 centimeter. Diameter of this is 4.2 centimeter. That means we can say this block is, this hemisphere is not like that which touches all the sides. It is in the middle of the upper surface of the cube. Now what we have to find? We have to find the total surface area of the block. Now as I told you, whenever it is asked to find the total surface area of any solid or any block, any combination, what we have to check? We have to check on what surfaces of that combination of the solid it is possible to paint or it is possible to color. So if we talk about this cube, only this cube, it is possible to paint on all its four walls, okay, as well it is possible to paint on its base. That means here it is not, uh, we are not actually able to use directly the formula of total surface area or directly the formula of curved lateral surface area, okay, because if I say lateral surface area, that the base won't be included in that. If I say total surface area, then upper surface will be included over there. So what I will do, I can say TSA, I won't use say LSA First off, LSA of the cube. Okay, that need to, or it is possible to paint on this LSA of cube. That means all four walls of the cube plus base area of cube. Now base is in the shape of a square, so definitely it is possible to find its area. Now what about this? Now again, this hemispherical part is placed on that. That means it is not possible to paint on the base of the hemisphere. That means it is only possible to paint on the uh, curved surface area CSA of hemisphere. CSA of hemisphere. Now after all these, is it any surface where it is possible to paint? Yes, it is possible to paint. Now suppose I draw the top view of this, it will look something like this. Okay, this is 5 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter, 4.2, and this is 5. That means this portion can be painted, isn't it? So now we have to add that area also, and that area I can say area of top of cubical block minus area of base of hemisphere. In short, I can say area of square minus area of circle. Okay, area of square minus area of circle. So then if I add these, then I will get the required area. Now before I move and put the formulas, now to get the LSA of cube, what I need, its edge, which is given directly 5 centimeter. Okay, now here base area of cube, again I need A, it is given. CSA of hemisphere, for this I need its radius, but radius is not given, it is given diameter. So diameter is given, it means we can say radius is given because radius is half of the diameter. So first we do write the dimensions of the uh, two solids which are involved in the question, and then we'll write the formula to get its required area. So for cube, A is equal to 5 centimeter. For hemisphere, diameter is 4.2 centimeter. Therefore, radius is equal to 4.2 by 2, that is 2.1 centimeter. Okay, so here I got this. Now simply I will find the required area by adding or subtracting the area of different surfaces. Okay, so again I'm reading the question. What we have to find? Total surface area of the block. So instead of writing total surface area of the block, what I will write? Now required area. Okay, now required area is equal to, so first thing is TSA, sorry, LSA of cube plus, that means I took area of all four walls, plus uh, base area of cube. Okay, now plus, now I have to add this area, as I told you, this area I have to take. That means I can say area of top. Okay, now area of top of cube minus base area of hemisphere. Okay, that I have to do. LSA of cube plus base area of cube. Okay, LSA of cube plus base area of cube plus area of top. From this area of top, I have to subtract the area of uh, this circular portion, as well as CSA of hemisphere plus CSA of hemisphere. I hope it is clear to you. Again, before I proceed, let me explain you this. I have to find that area on which I can paint. It is directly asked in the question, find the total surface area of the block. Now same question can also be asked in this way, that if this portion of the or what area of the block will get wet. So again it means wherever we can paint, okay, or whatever area is exposed, that we have to find. So we can paint on all four walls of this cube, so I took lateral surface area of cube. Then I can also paint. See, this is a block. This is a decorative block. Suppose instead of decorative block, they are saying that there is a pillar is in this shape. Okay, there is a pillar in this shape. That means its base is cubical and at the top there is a hemispherical dome. Then definitely I won't be able to add this base area of cube because it is not possible to take the pillar in this way and to paint, isn't it? This is a block, so it is possible. We can lift it up and we can paint its base. But in case of pillar, it is not possible to paint on the base. Okay, so base area of cube I took. Now CSA of hemisphere, the hemispherical portion is kept on that, so I can definitely paint on CSA of hemisphere, as well as I can paint on these portion which you can see over here. Let me make some dots. Okay, here I can paint, here I can paint, but I can't paint where this area which is covered by the base of the hemisphere. So for that what I took, area of complete area of base of or the top of the cube minus base area of hemisphere. So when I add these all, I will get the total area that can be painted. Okay, so now I'll put the formula. LSA of cube is 4a square. Base area of cube is a square. Area of the top of the cube is again a square minus base area of hemisphere. Now what is the base area? What is in what shape base of the hemisphere is? It is circular. So base area of hemisphere is pi r square plus CSA of hemisphere. CSA of hemisphere is 2 pi r square. Now if I add all these, then I will get the required area. So here I can say 4a square, 5a square, 6a square plus pi r square. Okay. Okay, so try to understand once again this, then I will give you the further solution. Okay. See, one more thing is there. There is one more way to get this. Suppose I am not taking LSA and base area. I took total surface area of the cube. Okay, suppose I took total surface area of the cube. Now, definitely I added this top area extra, isn't it? So I will subtract that. That means from total surface area, I will subtract that. Okay, and I have to add this CSA of this hemisphere, and I have to subtract this base area. So by doing so, I will again get the same thing. Now over here, just I have to put the value. So 6a. Now a is 5, so 5 square plus 22 by 7, 22 by 7 r square. R is 2.1 into 2.1. So note it down up to this point, then I will give you the remaining solution. Okay, so now we'll see its calculation part. Okay, so before I start the calculation part, let me explain you once again the one more way. Okay, see, if I take the total surface area of this cube, it means I also included this circular area. So I will subtract it, minus pi r square, and I will add this CSA, that is plus 2 pi r square. Okay, so ultimately I will get 6a square plus pi square. So by this way, I can also get the same thing. Now it's all a matter of putting the values and simplifying this. So let us see that part. Okay, so therefore required area is equal to 6 into 5 square plus 22 upon 7 into 2.1 into 2.1. So 6 multiplied by 25. Over here I can write 22 into 21 into 21 upon 7 into 10 into 10. Now 7 3 are 21, I can cancel it. 6 into 25, that is 150, plus 22 into 63. Okay, or 22 multiplied by 63 upon 100. So this will become 150 plus, now 22 into 63 into 22. 1386. So 1386 upon 100. So this is 150 plus 13.86. So final answer is 163.86 centimeter square. This is the total area of the total surface area of the block. So please note it down. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Now in next lecture we'll see some more questions. So be ready with the all the formulas of surface areas as well as volumes, as well as you can see here we need the some of the basic concept, that is square root. Uh, so be ready with the to find the square root with by the long division method or that shortcut method that I gave you today. So we'll meet in next lecture. Till then, bye. Thank you. Take care. Stay at